George Wills here, Pulitzer Prize-winning columnist, NewsNation senior contributor. George, it's good to see you. Is that what's happening here, is a violation of the rule of law?
Well, it's very peculiar, as you point out. Donald Trump is now the subject of this Attorney General of New York, who has used the vast resources of her office to prove what he has already confessed to. Here's what I mean. He understood when he started to get into politics, A, the charisma of great wealth in the United States, B, the advantage of being considered a financial wizard, and C, the fact that his company was having trouble. He'd been through 4 bankruptcies, was having trouble getting credit and loans from banks. So he inflated his assets, and he admitted it. In a 2011 interview on CNN, he said the following: "My net worth fluctuates and it goes up and down with the markets and with attitudes and with feelings, even my own feelings." That is, when he felt particularly ebullient, he would say, "I'm worth $6 billion. Now, the problem is that the Attorney General has a point, which is if you use this as a way to get people to lend you money fraudulently, on false pretenses, you're committing a fraud. But you have to ask yourself, Leland, what bank would just take the man's word for it?
Right, and at some level, yeah, and who is the victim here in this grand scheme that she alleges? We've yet to hear that part of it. I'm thinking about this in terms of the danger, right? Gavin Newsom referring Ron DeSantis to the DOJ for kidnapping, Letitia James using her powers to go after Donald Trump after campaigning on going to get Donald Trump. I'm thinking also about the accusations against President Trump by his own U.S. attorney in the Southern District of New York of putting his hand on the scale of criminal investigations when he was president. None of this is good for the country.
None of it's good for the country, and as you say, it has the aroma of special targeting with political overtones. The fact is, Leland, Mr. Trump had, according to Forbes magazine, a net worth of about $200 million in the early 1980s. If he had left that $200 million in an index fund and spent the next 40 years playing golf, just leaving the money alone, he would probably have a higher net worth than he has now. We don't know what that net worth is because he has carefully refused to release his tax returns for various reasons, all of them suspect. So this is one more chink in the armor, one more bit of fraying around Mr. Trump's reputation, and it will, I guarantee you, have zero effect on his base.
Yeah, well, you also have to just think of the contrapositive of what happens when all of a sudden you've got a Republican running on investigating Hunter Biden or putting Hunter Biden in jail for his business dealings, just like going after Don Jr. And Ivanka. George, it's good to see you as always. Thank you.
Glad to be with you.
Yes, sir. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.